Herod the Great. Between monumental ambition and ruthless cruelty. Origins and family legacy. Herod was born around 73 BCE, the son of Antipater, a high-ranking Idumean official from the region of Edom, and Cypros, a respected Nabatean Arab woman, although his Idumean lineage had converted to Judaism generations earlier. This new status was never enough to secure full acceptance among the traditional Jewish elite, driven by his father's political career always aligned with Roman interests. Herod was appointed governor of Galilee around 47 BCE, marking the beginning of his meteoric rise to supreme power in Jerusalem. Rise to power and Roman appointment. In 40 BCE, the Roman Senate formally declared Herod king of the Jews. However, it wasn't until 37 BCE, after a brutal siege and with Roman military backing, that he captured Jerusalem and deposed Antigonus, the last of the Hasmonean rulers. This marked the definitive end of the Maccabean dynasty and the start of a new era. A client monarchy fully dependent on Roman support. Despite his title, Herod's rule was always contested. He walked a political tightrope, trying to secure Roman favor, while attempting to win recognition from a Jewish population that viewed him with suspicion. Monumental construction. From geopolitics to religious nationalism. The Temple in Jerusalem, Herod's most ambitious project, was the complete renovation and expansion of the Second Temple. Starting around 2019 BCE, he oversaw a vast reconstruction, employing over 10,000 workers and pioneering engineering techniques. According to the historian Josephus, the result was a dazzling structure, likened to a mountain of snow, for its brightness and grandeur. The expanded platform became the foundation for what is now the Western Wall, Wailing Wall, one of the most sacred sites in Judaism. Masada, Erojum, Caesarea, and more. Beyond the temple, Herod built an array of fortress palaces such as Masada and Herodium, the latter also serving as his mausoleum. He established Caesarea Maritima, a state-of-the-art port city boasting amphitheaters, aqueducts, Roman temples, and a man-made harbor. Through these vast projects, Herod transformed Judea into a Romanized urban province with robust infrastructure, bolstering his military, economic, and symbolic power. Political legacy, diplomacy, and terror. Relations with Rome. Herod was a master diplomat. By financing Roman military campaigns and avoiding excessive taxation of Judea, he secured imperial favor while preserving a measure of local stability. His ability to balance Roman demands with Jewish traditions kept his reign relatively peaceful, though always under tension. Familial and political brutality. Herod's reign was marred by paranoia and violence. He ordered the execution of his beloved wife, Mariamne, and later, at least 3 of his sons, Alexander, Aristobulus, and Antipater, on suspicions of conspiracy. Even Emperor Augustus reportedly quipped, "It is better to be Herod's pig than his son," mocking both Herod's cruelty and his Jewish observance of dietary laws. Heavy taxation to fund his grandiose projects, political purges, and a climate of fear defined much of his rule. Herod, in the biblical narrative, Massacre of the Innocents, Matthew 2:16-18. According to the Gospel of Matthew, when Herod learned of the birth of Jesus, the King of the Jews, he ordered the slaughter of all male infants under 2 in Bethlehem. Though no contemporary Roman or Jewish sources confirm this event, it aligns with Herod's brutal and paranoid reputation. Herod Antipas and John the Baptist. After Herod's death in 04 BCE, his kingdom was divided among his sons. Herod Antipas ruled Galilee and Perea, and appears in the Gospels as the man responsible for the beheading of John the Baptist and the mock trial of Jesus in Luke 23, demonstrating that the dynasty's legacy of political violence continued. Herod, in history and archaeology. Josephus, Philo, and Roman sources. The Jewish historian Josephus provides the most detailed account of Herod's reign, his projects, policies, and family dramas. Philosophers like Philo of Alexandria and Roman historians like Tacitus portray him as tyrannical and egocentric, sustaining power through fear and flattery. Archaeological evidence, discoveries such as the Pilate Stone, confirm the historical ties between Judea and the Roman Empire. Excavations at Masada, Herodium, Caesarea, and the Temple Mount reveal not only Herod's architectural brilliance, but also the vast scale of his ambitions. Critical evaluation. Was he truly great? Herod remains a paradox. As an administrator, he brought prosperity, modernization, and diplomatic equilibrium. As a ruler, he was a despot, sacrificing ethics and family for power and legacy. Biblical scholar Richard Bauckham notes that despite the title the Great Herod was never fully accepted by traditional Jews, who viewed him as a puppet of Rome and a champion of Hellenistic culture. His death ushered in a period of instability, with his sons vying for power until Rome intervened and stripped Judea of its autonomy. Cultural legacy and contemporary lessons. The villain of Christmas. In Christian tradition, Herod symbolizes corrupt power in the face of divine innocence. He is the arch-villain of the Nativity, standing in opposition to God's plan of salvation. Architectural influence. Regardless of moral judgment, Herod's architectural footprint still defines much of Jerusalem and is central to the study of Herodian architecture worldwide. Timeless lessons. Building grandeur is not a substitute for moral leadership. Partnership with oppressive regimes may yield power, but at the cost of legitimacy. Fear-based governance can lead to tragedy, even genocide. Legacy is dual. Buildings endure, but history remembers the heart behind them. God's plan transcends earthly power. Herod tried to stop the Messiah, yet his actions unwittingly fulfilled prophecy. Conclusion. Between glory and horror. Herod the Great was a complex, fascinating, and deeply flawed figure. A master builder and political tactician, yet haunted by insecurity and driven to monstrous acts. From the splendor of the temple to the shadow of infanticide, Herod's life serves as a cautionary tale. What are we building, and at what cost? As leaders, believers, and citizens, we must ask, will we be remembered for the greatness of our works or the integrity of our hearts? If this story resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to know the truth about Herod. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a like. Join us in the next episode for more powerful stories from Scripture and history.